Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. So this is going to be a little bit of a brutal video today. It's not going to be for everyone, so if you don't like seeing dead animals or anything, you might want to give this one a miss. But basically, I'm going to be looking at what happens with a vampire crab who's had a failed molt. So I've been keeping these guys for quite a few years now, and this is the first failed molt I've actually had, and the first crab I've had die in probably at least 18 months. So I'm going to have a quick look at what might have happened, what it looks like when they fail to molt, and just basically go over a couple of things. So the worst part about this at the moment is this crab is still technically alive. I scooped him up hoping to help him out of the molt, but having a good look at it, that's pretty much impossible. So I just recorded a quick little clip, then I just put him out of his misery nice and quick. So having a quick look at it, when vampire crabs molt, they usually just split their shell open at the back and then they just shuffle out. Here's a little bit of an example of what it looks like. So that's basically the process. The shell just pops open at the back and then they just shimmy out. And for whatever reason, this guy didn't quite make it out. I get the feeling it might have been because of his situation with his claw here. The claw seems to have been broken off or ripped off in a fight kind of differently. And for whatever reason, it hasn't allowed him to pull back out of his crab shell properly. Could be wrong, but that's just looking at it from this place. And essentially, once this happens, he's stuck and there's really not anything you can do about it. So a lot of people, when they find a dead crab in the water specifically, they just assume it's a failed molt. Usually if you check the crab and you see the carapace is split a little bit, you can say that this is a failed molt. But if it isn't, the crab could have died for many other reasons, so a failed molt is kind of obvious. Sadly, I did try to help this guy, but whatever reason is just way too complex to pull him out of there. He didn't get enough of the molt completed to make any sort of a difference, so sadly this guy is no longer with us. He was one of the bigger crabs in the tank, so he was definitely a target for some of the smaller males trying to knock off the alpha. I hope you found that interesting. I hope it wasn't too graphic, but it's definitely interesting to see what a failed molt looks like. The easiest way to prevent this sort of thing, outside of the off chance that it does happen, is a really good diet. So high calcium and a mixed diet of as much stuff you can put in there, vegetables, meat, shrimp, any sort of stuff you can get. This does prevent this happening. Thankfully, this is the only one I've had in however long I've been keeping them. So that's a good sign that this was just a bad situation for this guy. Not the most joyful video, but it is still kind of an interesting one. And I hope you did get some use out of it. So as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you on another video.